Well, welcome everybody to the Body, Soul, and Spirit Expo and my first video update that we're going to be sending out to our members via email and by YouTube. So this video, I want to introduce a new way that we're doing our events for our community. And really, there's so much changing with the expos. We've really envisioned such a new way. I'm calling it the biggest change we've made in 20 years. And the reason I'm calling it that is we've really changed the core concept of why we're doing the event. So it's been a real paradigm shift as we're moving from really working with the community in a whole different way, where we're all co-creating and sharing the adventure of putting on these events. So there's really three different things I want to address and talk to you about. And we're going to get into it a little bit. And we're also going to be doing a conference call so you can ask your questions and get involved in the creation of this. But the first thing that we're doing is we're moving from a ticketed event to a membership event. So I'm going to be explaining the whole concept of everybody's a member and what that means, and how we're moving from selling and organizing to heart-centered member services and helping our community and working with everyone in our community. So this is more inclusive. We'll get into that. We're also launching a new member or referral program that pays you. So you get a chance to actually get involved in the co-creation of the show, but also we're moving away from selling and really co-creating and sharing the rewards. And yes, that means paying money to you for helping us create it. And we're also launching our new membership site, as well as our new mobile app. So the goal of this new direction is to shift paradigms and introduce a new way of working with our community, where we co-create together and share in the rewards. So that's what I'm going to get to in a bit. At the end of this, you'll find the information for the conference call, and you'll have a chance to ask your questions, as I said before. But first, I want to get into the fall tour and what we're doing. So we're basically getting pretty close. We're like over a month. We're about a month and 10 days or 6.5 weeks away from the Body, Soul, Spirit Expo. And we still do have a few booths left. And it's really important because we're doing so much and developing so much and have so many programmers working on this new way right now. We really want every booth filled for the show, and our whole community, or as much of them there as possible. So if you haven't booked your booth yet, I'm going to give you the schedule and invite you to join us. If you haven't, be sure to pass this message on to other people and let them know about the show we're doing and the difference in how we're actually doing it. So if you want to know more about it, the best way to actually find out about the show with all the links to get involved is our Become an Exhibitor page. So that's bodysoulspiritexpo.com/expo/information.html. So if you want to go there, the dates are, so in September we start on September 22nd through the 24th with our Saskatoon show, followed by Calgary October 22nd through the 24th, and then Edmonton November 3rd through 5th, and then finally the first show of 2018 in February 2nd through 4th in Vancouver. And that's the schedule coming up. If you do want to book a booth with us and join us and speak, there's very few lecture spots left, but there are a few in some of the cities. You can also give me a call at 1-877-560-6830, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you and find out how we can create a place in our shows for you. So getting on with this video, let's talk about everyone is a part of our new membership-based concept. And I'm calling this the everybody is a member. You see, things have changed since we first started the shows. When we first started the shows, and I'm just going to talk from my heart here, We started in 1996. Actually, 1995 we started the planning, but had our first show in 1996. And we were traveling as exhibitors to so many different shows, and there's really only two different types of shows out there. We had sort of the psychic expos, or psychic shows, or psychic fairs that were going on. And then we had health and wellness and alternative health and natural health shows. And we were part of a growing group of people that really didn't quite fit into either one of these. The psychic shows were, for us, a little too sensationalistic. They focused on fortune telling, telling the future, and wasn't really part of that new consciousness, but something where rather than empowering people to create their reality and their future and showing how they were, they would predict it. And we just didn't fit in, and we found that the people that came to those shows were not our audience at all. We were looking for people that wanted to bring change into their life and therefore in the world. And it was about this growing movement of new consciousness and new thought. So we didn't fit in there, but then at the same time, back 20 years ago, most of the health shows really did not focus on this whole holistic lifestyle concept. In fact, we actually were the first people to introduce the phrase Holistic Lifestyle Expo way back in 1995, and Trade Show Weekly actually wrote a whole article about us telling about this new concept, and that's when it really started taking off. So the health shows in that were a lot of wellness products and health food manufacturers, vitamins, and all kinds of things to live a healthier life. And that was a part of what a lot of the group and people that we work with too. But we were this growing group of multidisciplined practitioners of several different healing arts that sort of embrace the new consciousness and creating your own reality and how you can actually create a happier, healthier, more holistic and conscious life. So that's when we introduced the Body, Soul and Spirit Expos, and as you know, it took off across Canada. It was only a few years later, and the concept caught on so much that there are several other similar shows starting to spring up in the United States and Canada. So now we fast forward to today and the last few years. It seems this whole movement and this whole idea, which came from a lot of different things like the movie The Secret, and before that, What the Bleep Do You Know, really empowered people to seek better ways of living life and living life on a higher level. So what we're seeing now is that whole change from people, what I call seekers and saviors, which is back then when we started was very appropriate because people were just getting to know what we were offering. And it was appropriate to have a show where we had people that were introducing all of these new ideas, and well, some old ideas too, but everything for living a more holistic life, body, soul and spirit. And that's where the actual name came from, as addressing all levels of being, not just your physical health, not just your emotional health, not your mental health, not your spiritual health, but all of this together and expressed as a lifestyle where so that was then, and now what we're finding is so many people have embraced this lifestyle, and a lot of them have become practitioners themselves. If not, they've taken courses on self-healing. They've learned all about various options for living a more holistic life. They're embrace things like different diets, different nutrients, getting their restoring their health through using natural and organic foods. The list goes on. And if you take a look at the categories we have on our site in our directory, we have over 200 different things and options that we actually try to put in the show, all the way from access consciousness to aromatherapy in the A's, all the way to Zero Point Healing and Zen Buddhism. And the show was meant to create a place where the public could come and explore and experience. And not only do that, but book sessions and buy products and interact with the people providing it. So now we still have all those categories in the show, but as we've been seeing, the lines have blurred, and it's time to move on to something a little bit different. So what we're inspired to do, and what the path that we're on is inspired to do, is create one level of membership that honors everybody and really allows everybody to come together as a community and grow together. So I'm just going through my notes here as well to make sure I'm covered everything. So I think the point that I'm really trying to make is that just as people grow and evolve, our event also needs to evolve. And I think this new membership way, where we address everybody as a member and support everybody, is really the next way to go, because we really need to move from this organizing and selling, and where we, and that membership basically includes us, the organizers, as well. We're just part of the same community. Move from that to providing true heart-centered service to our members, and all of them. And by members, we basically put them first and serve them first. So we're serving everybody. So if you're attending the show, you're a member that happens to be attending. If you're exhibiting at the show, you're an exhibitor that happens to be exhibiting at the show. If you're a speaker, you're a member that happens to be speaking or presenting or doing a workshop at one of our events. But everybody is this baseline of memberships. And now the other great part about that is memberships end up being your admission to the show. So memberships are like tickets, but we actually found a way to provide membership for less than tickets and actually provide more. So what we're doing is memberships now basically cost as low as $12 to $15. And then the great thing, a lot of you that know our history know that all of a sudden the ticketing companies started slapping all kinds of user fees and venue fees and all kinds of other stuff. Those prices are basically not, there's no hidden fees anymore with them. So we were able to provide, if people come to the door and pay $15, they're paying $15 to come to our show. They're not hit with all these other fees on top of that, which we were very disappointed with when we found out that was happening in our last Calgary show. So we also, with this new membership where it's all one, we've got this great member app where everybody can connect and network. So we're going to introduce that a little bit more, but it's already created. We're already using it. When you actually do become a member, right now you just simply go to our site and it's connected and integrated with our ticketing system, but it's just changed the name to membership until we actually launch the new site. So the integration's there. It's just doing the final sort of integration with it with new site once it's launched. But everybody gets a chance to download this app. When they order a ticket, they get an automatic email, and then they basically have on the bottom right of the screen, they click and they have a virtual badge, which they show with a QR code, and they just check in with that. So it makes the check-in process for everybody easier. Just no more lineups for exhibitors getting wristbands and all that. They just simply check in. We're also planning on providing lanyards, badges, and badge holders as an option for people too, and those will have a QR code. So this is how that mobile app and membership works. So you get in the door, you can either just give your name with photo ID and we can check you in. will either have an advanced badge printed for you, or they can be printed immediately on site and just handed to you. You can put it in a lanyard, and just like at many trade shows I'm sure many of you have been to. But now everybody is involved in networking and connecting and involved. So we really believe part of this one membership, or everybody is a member, is that everybody should be able to network, share ideas, and participate in our event, not just one group of people. So it's about everybody, and that's so the two things the membership accomplishes is that everybody is involved and participates at a higher level, and we recognize everybody and serve everybody at the show. But we also are able to introduce it at a lower price, which we wanted to make the show more affordable and accessible to everybody as well. So the second part of that, and there's a lot more on the app than just checking in. You can scan each other's badges, you can set up appointments. They can actually go on and click "I'd like to meet up with you" if they read your profile and like it. There's all kinds of coupons that exhibitors and people participating can upload with the interactive floor plans. There's even GPS that'll guide you to the venue, the various rooms that lectures and workshops are in, and there's floor maps right there and all kinds of logistics provided. There's bulletin boards, which you can do ride shares, room shares. Exhibitors have one where they can post if they need help with their at the show with their booth or anything like that, which happens a lot. I'm always finding people, staff members, to help man their booth. So that's the membership. The website also has a ton of features, and the membership is there, so you log on, and not only at the event, but with the app, but on the member website, all our members are able to share their videos about what they're doing. They're able to share news. They're able to post in the member events calendar. They're also able to interact with other people and that, and it's really quite profound how there's a whole other level of interaction when we really go for this everybody's a member in one membership. So the second part of the membership, which is also been built in, and in the thing I give a bit of a story of the whole journey, but we've also included a affiliate or referral program that pays each member 15% of every other member that joins from their invites, or if they sponsor them in. And there's all kinds of tools in that. It's just simply you get an affiliate link and you share that link, or use the social share, or post your link or material in our affiliate resources to your social media. And everybody that you bring to us, you get paid for when they become a membership. So not only is it the membership, which wouldn't be a whole lot because it's very affordable, it's $15, so $2 for each member, but it also includes a lot of other stuff as well. It also includes you actually earn and get paid for referrals for members that become exhibitors, members that book workshop space or speaking spaces. And eventually we're also working on including this so that all our members can also make offerings as well, and add their workshops and add different things to the affiliate program, so we all support each other. And that's the whole concept, is creating this whole community and culture of mutual support, both online and at the show. So our goal is to transition to 100% affiliate sales by the end of the first year of launch, which is really what we want to do to sort of shift our role within the show. So this means you as an affiliate will be the most important part of our sales and marketing. In fact, we're not even looking at it as sales and marketing anymore. But we just basically, in introducing the affiliate program, we change our role, and we'll be talking about that, from selling and organizing to actually providing support and helping you become a success. And other than that, that's a basic introduction. There's more in the email below if you want to read more. But all kinds of stuff that we'll be introducing. There's a wonderful and simple to use tools that are included in the affiliate. So when you log in, you have your member area, and you'll actually see the affiliate program and affiliate resources you can share. And then you'll see all the tracking of everybody you brought to the show. You'll see how many people looked at all the content that you provided, whether it's by using the email that we provide, putting a banner up on your site, sharing on social media. Anything that you do, your efforts basically are tracked, and we show that in real time as well. So that comes to the other part, which is changing my job title with the show. So I've basically been given the title for years, the Sales and Marketing Director of the Body, Soul, and Spirit Expo. I've come to realize over the past few years that it's been one of the most rewarding and fulfilling careers I could ever have asked for. I've got to work with some of the most inspirational and passionate people that are really focused on creating a better world and sharing something of value with the world, and that's been a real honor and really inspiring. And what I really realized is that's the one part that we really want to focus on, and what I want to focus on. So my changing role, going from the sales and marketing director, is now going to the member services director, and continuing to work with all you wonderful people that are exploring and bringing these options to the world, which again is all our members, and helping them share it and bring success. So we've got all kinds of tools we've built into the new site, and our software engineer, Kumar, which I've known forever, he's actually from India, but met him through the Ramana Maharshi ashram. We're sort of connected there with the same philosophies. So he really gets the sort of what we're creating too, and is doing it from the perspective of creating something that will bring our community together as well. So what I feel after 21 years of selling, I want to move from selling and organizing shows to really making you a success, serving our members. And in the next year, our goal is to totally transition. So it really is moving from, rather than doing it the old way, moving to the new way. So there's another thing that's really changing, or we really want to change with the way we do things as well. So I'm calling it no more selling, letting your light shine instead. So this is something that I really believe in and I've really seen over the last few years. So I've learned something with creating our events, that people are drawn to what we do, they're not sold. So instead of selling, we all need to become beacons of light that draw people to us. And that includes our members as well as the show. So I believe that if we help our members create and share what they're passionate about through our site and through our emails, through our event calendars, through our social media tools, all of which are created as part of the new site, it will instantly inspire other people to draw us. They'll see our passion. The show will become a beacon of light that draws people that just naturally want to get involved and want to share also what they do that's making a difference in the world. So let's see, what have we covered so far? This really is turning into quite a long video. We're already at half an hour, so thanks for sticking with me all this time. I think what I want to share as well is where we are in part of the journey with the actual expo as well. In this email, there's a whole 2 sections, but the one is called Dumping the Old Code. So dumping the old code, which turned out to be 2 things. It's about our old site and old way of doing things, but it's also about us as well. And it turned out to be a great analogy as to what we're doing. So I share that whole story with you, read below. But what we discovered is we were holding on to an old way of doing things with the old site. And there's quite a journey where it seemed like roadblocks were thrown up in every direction. If you're watching this video and have been with us for years, you'll know I've been talking about creating an event by the community for the community, and then moving more into a role of serving the community and working with them rather than putting on the shows ourselves. And this whole section goes through that whole thing and what happened and how really it ended up with a Facebook post at the end of a eureka moment or an epiphany I had that really what was happening is we were being moved to actually dump the old way of doing things and create something new. So we really hope you'll join us on that. So our conference call, now that we're at almost half an hour, and if you've listened to the end, great. I've got all the information on the conference call and the numbers you can call in, and then the conference number you can actually enter once you dial in. There's phone numbers for Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, Winnipeg, and Saskatoon. So you can call any of those numbers and then punch in the access code. There's also a link on this email with a iPhone link so you can join live there. So what we do ask you to do is press the #6 on your keypad to mute the call unless you're actually speaking. So that's one of the limitations. We can have up to 1,000 people on this call. It's so if what we found is if you don't mute the button, there's a lot of background noise in that. So we're trying this new conference system out. So hope that you'll join us, and thanks for listening.